The Scandoval of it all is heating up with Raquel Leviss, Ariana Madix, and Tom Sandoval, the namesake. Why and what is going on? Now, if you don't know, the threesome here, Raquel, Ariana, and Tom, were involved in a love triangle. Ariana was unknowingly in this triangle, while Raquel and Ariana's boyfriend, long-term boyfriend of I want to say probably 10 years, Raquel and Tom were hooking up behind Ariana's back. Raquel and Ariana were friends. All of this was featured on the last season of Vanderpump Rules. We are now into the new season, and they are kind of going over the aftermath of everything that has happened when Scandoval broke. It's a little dry to me, but I'm trying to stick in there. But today I'm seeing that Raquel Leviss is suing Ariana Madix and Tom Sandoval for the post-Scandoval fallout. She claims her reputation and career are ruined. Now, from what I remember, I thought she was working with Bethany. She had went to her dinner. She was kind of involved in the reality reckoning, was featured on Bethany's podcast. So I thought maybe she was working with Bethany, but nothing came of that at all. What Bethany was trying to do over there. It kind of was hot and then it was not. Now there's other stuff brewing with Andy and Brandi Glanville. We'll get to that at some point. But in this scenario, I'm guessing since Raquel didn't get what she wanted out of the reality reckoning with Bethany, she is now taken to suing Ariana and Tom. Now Ariana has been at the top of her game. So many offers she's gotten. I think she's on Broadway, being Roxy, all the sponsorships. She's been everywhere. She was on Dancing with the Stars. Sandoval has really taken a hit, yet he's seeming to get some sympathy. He has some type of redemption arc going on online and on the show, because I guess people are sympathetic now that they feel like he's potentially has some ideations, I guess, given all the pressure and eyes on him since he cheated on Ariana, his longtime girlfriend. So now she's trying to sue Ariana and Tom. How are you going to sue the woman? Okay, sue Tom. Sue Tom. Because that's who you cheated with, right? How are you going to sue the woman who was your friend? What the fuck? She's trying to sue the woman who was her friend that she slept with her boyfriend behind her back and was cheesing and smiling all in her face. How fucked up is that? I'm really trying to get the rationale of Raquel's mindset right now, which is money, obviously, but go after Tom, because y'all two are the ones who made that decision together. So I'm very perplexed. I haven't even opened the article. Page 6 just dropped this not too long ago. Because it's not making sense to me why the girl who cheated on her best friend with her boyfriend is going to turn around and sue her. That is on top of betraying me, sleeping with my boyfriend behind my back, allegedly in my home. You're now going to sue me for my well-earned, hard-earned money. Raquel has effing lost it, and I was really starting to get some sympathy for her. I really was, because I'm like, damn, she kind of what is she gonna do now? I know she has her little podcast she's trying to do and whatnot, but what's next when you have this label on your face? Now, she could have gone back to Vanderpump. That's a check, that's a bag, but she decided not to go back to Vanderpump, so she turned down that check and bag, all the while trying to turn around and sue Ariana and Tom. So let's look at what's going on here. I think it's fucked off the bat. Maybe we're going to get more information as to why she's going about making this decision and including Ariana in this lawsuit. I think it would be more appropriate if it was Tom alone, but I'm really not getting this Ariana addition into the lawsuit. That's madness to me. Before I get into the article, I just kind of feel wasn't she a pageant girl? I could have sworn I saw her walking some type of runway. She has her podcast. She's already in reality TV. I don't understand how her career is ruined. I think she's going to have a very hard time proving this. She's so young. There's so much time between now and by the time her career is over. She has so much time to reinvent herself, pivot, go into different industries, stay in the same industry. She was already getting a redemption arc and having people feel sorry for her. She should have just went back on the show. And she made this decision to sleep with one of her friend's man. And allegedly, potentially in their home. I know she is fucking lying. That she thinks she's going to sue Ariana for any of this in which she caused. Unless, like I said, I get into this article and Ariana was in cahoots with the whole thing or something like that. That's the only way that I could see her having grounds for suing Ariana as well as Tom. Let's see. Okay, let's look into this article. It says Raquel Leviss sues Ariana Madix and Tom Sandoval for Scandoval fallout, claims her reputation and career are destroyed. She's suing them for revenge P, eavesdropping, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and invasion of privacy following the fallout from her Scandoval affair. Now, the revenge P may be the videos and pictures that kind of clued Ariana into what was going on because she had Tom's phone. Maybe those were shared. The eavesdropping, I think I remember on the show Tom saying that Ariana and her friends may have been listening to his conversations or whatever. So he had to put like this annoying white noise machine in the hallway so she couldn't hear. But y'all shouldn't be living in the same house anyway. So Tom moving, since you were the one who did the dirt, would have been you being the bigger person, and you wouldn't be in this at all. So it proceeds to say, oh, and then intentional infliction of emotional distress. Girl, how are you gonna sue your friend and the girlfriend of the man that you cheated? What? How is that not intentional infliction of emotional distress? You were sleeping with a man that she's living in the house with. Like, they bought that house together. You were sleeping with her man. Like, yes, apparently Tom told Raquel they had an open relationship. Ariana saying that's absolutely false. So there's some he said, she said, but they were friends. And it never came up in conversation ever. So you were actively doing something behind Ariana's back because you knew it was fucked up. So that is an intentional act of deceit that caused Ariana emotional distress. How are you going to turn around and sue Ariana for emotional distress? And then invasion of privacy following the fallout of her Scandoval affair. You are on a TV show called Vanderpump Rules on one of the biggest networks, Bravo. It's hard to get privacy. I know that she was gone for a while and she went to rehab or something like that. I'm pretty sure her privacy was granted. Nobody was really seeking her out or anything like that. So I'd be interesting to see where the invasion of privacy comes in at. The complainant filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Thursday. Page 6 obtained these details. Dang, they were quick. So this pertains to an intimate FaceTime video that Raquel Leviss, 29, had previously alleged Sandoval, 41, had filmed without her consent. Okay, so that's what I thought the revenge P came in, because I guess they were on FaceTime, Tom and Raquel, being sneaky. They were on FaceTime doing some type of intimacies, and Tom was sitting there screen recording it, which I think is wrong. You should have enjoyed the moment and moved on. Like, who did she give you permission to say, oh, you can save it for later, can play it back? Like, if that wasn't said, I think you just need to enjoy that moment and move on from it and just have the memories in your head. I think recording that is wrong. So I'll give her that. So the suit notes that Vanderpump Rules alum takes responsibility for the role she played in Sandoval, cheating on Madix, his then girlfriend of 9 years. I knew it was up there, but says there is no more to the story. Please. I don't think I have seen, whatever. This, like, you saying that you took accountability and responsibility, but then you're turning around and suing for it. So it's not really taking accountability to me. Leviss previously recalled on Bethany Frankel's podcast last August, I decided to be adventurous and look at the adult section on the TV, and Tom and I FaceTimed a lot. So you were FaceTiming your good friend's boyfriend a lot. Like, I can't, like, So it turned into something more of an intimate FaceTime call, and I expected privacy in that moment. She also alleges that at the time, Madix, 38, obtained a copy of the video by reviewing Sandoval's phone. So I think what happened was Sandoval was on the stage, his phone fell out, Ariana, being his girl, picked up the phone, something told her to look, and she found all of these things. So I don't think she was like, oh, like, she didn't expect going into the phone and see her good friend doing intimate acts on her boyfriend's phone. Like, I'm sure she was just as shocked and upset, Raquel. Like, this is wild. She says, I get a text from Ariana sending me 2 screen recorded videos and a text that said, "You're dead to me." And that's how I knew she knew. Leviss continued. And then also, that's how I found out I had been recorded without my consent. What lawyer is looking at Raquel's face saying, yeah, you've got ground to stand on to sue Ariana in this? Tom, sure, you recorded this without her knowledge. That's fucked up. But Ariana ain't know nothing about that. Her man who was cheating recorded it. She sent it to you because she's shocked, like, bitch, you're in my man's phone on a FaceTime call being intimate. You're effing dead to me. I think all, like, you know, a person in that situation, I could have done that, you could have done that. I feel like that's a normal thing to do. I don't think that is such a heinous act that Ariana sent back to her the videos that were in Tom's phone. I'm not getting it. She says, and so that's how I also found out it had been recorded without my consent. So of course, all these emotions came flooding over me. The new lawsuit also addresses how the former pageant queen had to seek help for her mental health. That's because when the world found out, they didn't take it well, because I feel like at this point, with these men out here, at least for the ladies, unfortunately, we've probably all had a touch and experience having either being cheated on or cheating. So like, everybody's had that experience, and it hurts. It feels like a betrayal. So like, seeing that go down on your TV screens on a show, and then the way it was done with close friends, the internet just lost their effing minds. And it did become a huge, huge thing. So I mean, but that's the consequences of your actions. Like, I don't know. So she had to go to the facility. Scandoval captured the public's attention in a massive way, went completely viral, and injected new life into Vanderpump Rules, Leviss complaint states. So are you feeling that, you know, your act of cheating has brought new life into Vanderpump Rules, and now you're not being able to benefit off of it because you chose not to come back to the show? Okay. It also caused mayhem in Leviss's life, culminating in month-long and inpatient treatment in a mental health facility and her departure from the show. I mean, again, these are all things that could have been avoided if you did not sleep with your good friend's man, like, and then try to hide it. If you thought nothing was wrong, you thought they had an open deal, this, that, and why not say something to Ariana? Like, you know, like, I kind of have feelings. I heard you guys are open. Like, I didn't know y'all got down like that, but I just wanted to let you know. If you thought it was so okay and so open, like, I mean, like, that's open. If you really thought it was that, but no, you hid it. It was deceit there. There was intentional deceit. So all these things that happened afterwards are an effect of the cause of you cheating with Tom. So I don't see why she is suing Ariana. I'm still not getting it. Fomented by Bravo and Evolution in conjunction with the cast, Leviss was subjected to a public skewering with Little President and became, without exaggeration, one of the most hated women in America. Bravo and Universal, Andy, and other producers are not named at all in the suit. Reps for Madix and Sandoval did not immediately return page 6 request For comment, Leviss's lawyer, Brian Friedman, tells us exclusively, for decades, a great deal of my life has been devoted to mental health treatment and recovery and helping others on that path. I'm outraged that NBC and Bravo have used illegal NDAs as cudgels to profit on their employees. The idea that human beings are expected to sacrifice their mental and emotional health in service of Bravo's ratings is obscene. They don't have to. Like, this is similar to like what's going on with Leah McSweeney and her lawsuit with Bravo. Like, you don't have to be on these shows. It's a choice to be on these shows. It's a choice for Leah to drink on these shows. It was a choice for Leah to forgo her sobriety when she got on the show. It was a choice for Raquel to cheat, well, to, sleep with Tom, and for Tom to cheat. These are all choices. The network isn't like, you must do this. Like, and you're getting paid so much. You're liking those benefits. But then when things go awry, it's like, oh my gosh, my mental health. You forced me to drink. You forced me to do this, that, and another. And I'm like, I don't think that they're expected to sacrifice their mental and emotional health. I really don't think that's the case. Does that happen because of things that have happened on the show that were a culmination of many people's choices and the way the show, shakes out? Probably, but it's not expected for them to sacrifice. If you want to be done, wipe your hands of it. You can peace out at any time. I just... Many of their employees are suffering in silence due to brazen and calculated actions by NBC and Bravo. He continues, hundreds of reality TV participants have reached out to Mark Geragos and myself, and we are committed to ensuring that they have a zealous advocate to confront the damage these employers have wreaked on their lives. Friedman concludes, while coming forward can be terrifying and even embarrassing, I implore people not to suffer in silence. Reach out to my firm or Mark's firm, and we will get you the help you need. His colleague, Mark Geragos, adds in a statement to page 6, this lawsuit is squarely about illegal behavior and those who traffic it and enable it. So why? Because just up here it says that Bravo, NBC, and Andy were not, and other producers are not named in Raquel's suit. It's Tom and Ariana. But down here they're talking about how these companies are directly expecting for them to forego their mental health, sobriety, and everything else. That doesn't even make sense. So why aren't they included in the lawsuit then? Anyway. Raquel has apologized for her part in the affair. That's not a crime. Tom and Ariana are alleged here to have engaged in criminal acts. They then double down and use those actions to shame, bully, belittle, and intentionally try to destroy Raquel's mental health. The law makes it clear that recording someone without their consent and distributing that illegal recording is punishable by law. However, doing so while knowingly enticing them to engage in sexual acts deserves the harshest of penalties allowed under law. So they trying to throw him in jail for this, apparently. Or throw them in jail or get some massive fine. I understand coming after Tom because he didn't need to record it, but I don't understand how you're going to come after Ariana for this recording of the FaceTime. I think that's about the only leg she has to stand on. But this seems like a money grab because it didn't work out with Bethany and them and the reality reckoning, so she has decided she's now instead going to sue Ariana and Tom, but not NBC, Universal, Bravo, or any of the other producers that are so heavily involved in the expecting of her foregoing her mental health with all these other reality stars. Crazy. But in conclusion, I think that it's a little bit of a reach, a stretch for her to add Ariana into this situation. I believe that Ariana sent the recordings back to her. If she sent it to somebody else or, such and such, I guess then there would be grounds for it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this all started because you decided to betray a friend. And I just think that it is like even betrayal on betrayal for her to put Ariana into this lawsuit. That's just, I think it's ridiculous. But I want to know your thoughts.